Midnight Visit by Robert Arthur. Introduction to the lesson. The story is about a secret agent, Ozable, who has spent an evening with the writer named Fowler, who had expected that as he would be meeting a secret agent he would be looking into a lot of adventure. But instead, he rather gets bored when he meets Ozable, as the things that happened were exactly the opposite of what he had imagined. How Ozable gets rid of his unexpected guest proves his expertise as a secret agent. About the author Robert J. Arthur Jr. November 10, 1909 to May 2, 1969, was a writer of speculative fiction known for his work with the Mysterious Traveler radio series and for writing The Three Investigators, a series of young adult novels. Arthur was honored twice by the Mystery Writers of America with an Edgar Award for Best Radio Drama. He also wrote scripts for television such as The Twilight Zone and Alfred Hitchcock's TV show, Alfred Hitchcock Presents. He was with a writer named Fowler throughout the evening, as Fowler was interested in spending time with a secret agent, but when he spends time with Ozable he realizes that he is exactly the opposite of what he had imagined and that he was a bore. Ozable then told Fowler that he had been thinking wrong and that soon he would be looking at a report that would change the country's future. Then Ozable takes Fowler to his room, and when they entered the room a guy with a gun named Max was standing in the room. He asked them to be comfortable until the reports about the missiles arrived in 30 minutes, as he was there to steal the reports. This was the first adventure out of many that Fowler had expected when he had thought of meeting a secret agent. While they were talking, Ozable started with the story about how a guy had entered from the balcony last month below his room. While the talk was going on, a sudden knock was heard at the door. Ozable said that it must be the police, as he wanted them to check on him after some time because he wanted to make the reports that were coming in extra secure. Max, pointing his gun towards them, said that he would be waiting in the balcony and that Ozable should send away the police, otherwise he would shoot them and even take the risk of being caught by the police. As the doorknob is turned, Max jumps out of the window and a loud scream is heard. The door opens and a waiter comes in and says that he has brought the wine that Mr. Ozable had ordered. He keeps the bottle, tray and glasses on the table and leaves. Fowler is surprised and asks him about the police, to which Ozable replied that there was no police. Then Fowler asked what about the person who was waiting in the balcony outside the window, to which Ozable replied that the person would not return and that there was no balcony there. This shows the quick wit of Ozable, as he took advantage of the situation and made Max nervous, due to which he jumped out of the window without thinking and looking down. He had jumped from the top floor of the hotel and would have possibly died. This is how Ozable outwitted Max and saved himself from a very dangerous situation. Musty, having a stale, moldy, or damp smell. Corridor, a long passage in a building from which doors lead into rooms. Gloomy, dark, poorly lit, especially so as to appear depressing or frightening. Scarcely, only, just, almost not. Accent, the distinctive way of pronouncing a language, especially one associated with the particular country, area, or social class. Possibly just well enough, tolerably well. Espionage, spying, envisioned, imagine as a future possibility, visualize. Sloppy, carelessly dressed, prosaic, ordinary, chuckled, laughed quietly, without opening his mouth, disillusioned, disappointed in someone or something that one discovers to be less good than one had believed.